Hey guys, Cha-Chan here, and sorry for any background noise, but you probably can't hear it, depends if the microphone picks it up or not. But anyway, so this is a speed paint of Bipper from Gravity Falls, and I haven't drawn Bipper properly in quite a while. I go through kind of stages of what I like to draw, so yeah, I haven't drawn Bipper in ages. But the main reason I drew this was because it was a friend's birthday and he watches Gravity Falls. I was originally going to draw him Soldier 76 from Overwatch, but I sketched it and oh my gosh, Soldier is just so hard to draw, I just can't draw him. But one day I will be able to, maybe. But anyway, I decided to draw Bipper because he watches Gravity Falls, so yeah. So I originally sketched him in my sketchbook, but it wasn't really like a proper sketch, it was more like a bit of a thumbnail. I didn't have the hand in, so it was quite different. And I surprisingly didn't struggle as much with the hand as I usually would. It's kind of weird, I think I've been getting more confident with drawing hands. I think I've probably just jinxed it, so that could be bad. Anyway, but yeah, hands are usually really hard to draw, but recently I've been finding that I'm finding them a bit easier. Like some poses are still harder than others, but I am finding them a lot easier to draw recently, maybe. But I still need to practice hands, just the hands. But anyway, so with the line art, I tried to think a bit more about line weight than I usually would, especially around the eyes. I actually did the eyes twice, so at the start there you would have seen me drawing the eyes out and then I just kind of got rid of them because I didn't think they looked very good. I mean, they probably looked fine, but maybe they didn't, I don't know, but I didn't really like them, so I redid them. So I started with flat colours, and then it was kind of like, I wasn't sure how I was going to shade. I was considering shading with like similar, how do you say this, like, usually people shade with the colour, say like his skin is like a kind of like peachy colour. So you would take that colour and then in the colour selection thing you would like just put the hue down a bit and like change the value or whatever. I don't know all the technical art terms, but I'm sure you know what I mean. But I decided not to do that, and I just went for what I've been doing recently is just shading with like pinks and purples. And honestly, I think I prefer it. Like, at first I was kind of like, it's not quite right, but honestly, recently I've just been really enjoying shading like this. And I think it makes the art look more, I don't know how to describe it, it just kind of looks better to me. Like, you can shade with the other colours I was saying, but I don't know, I personally like shading like this on my art. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with however you shade, but don't use black. Never use black to shade unless you're shading like say the grey on his coat thing there. You could use black to shade that probably, but you never shade with black. It's kind of like the artist rule. I don't know, I'm gonna make a video on like just general art advice at some point, so I'll probably talk about colours and stuff in that, so yeah. But yeah, I've been really enjoying shading with all these pinks and purples, and yeah, I'm trying to get a bit more dynamic with my shading as well, so you'll notice that the light source is, well, if you've been like seeing some of my art before, I used to have the light source in like really boring places. Like, you can make good art with like wherever the light source is, but I just needed to kind of step up my shading. So I put the light source kind of behind him. Not behind him, it's like, usually it would be, the light would be on his face, but this time I've kind of put the other side of him. But yeah, I'm rambling. So I did a background. It's not really like a proper background. I just kind of did some trees and stuff, so and they're not really detailed trees, they're just kind of like, you know, you can see them, they're just kind of like really, really simple. And for the line art, I was considering doing it like, I've explained this like 10 billion times in different videos, but you know, like each colour is shaded with the same colour but slightly different shade or whatever, but I just went for kind of all brown. I think I might have changed it a little bit depending on where it was, maybe, I can't remember, but I then went over with the airbrush, and I'm not talking about the eyes here, I'm talking about the line art. I did some airbrushing thing with the clipping mask, so it just gave it a bit more of a like interest. But in the eyes I did use the airbrush just to kind of give them another layer of interest, and yeah. So the last thing I did, I think, was putting a couple of layers over the piece with like gradients and stuff, and then I kind of erased that from the eyes because I wanted the eyes to kind of stand out. So yeah, and I put those in like really low, the layers with the gradients are like really low opacity, so yeah. So I kind of rambled on for a bit. I hope you enjoyed the video, and links to everything like social media and the description. Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and bye!